Welcome to our video presented by John Deere Hay and Forage. This short video is intended to help you understand our products better so that you can be more knowledgeable, more efficient, and more productive with the products that you serve every day. Today's video is on the Bale Trak monitor for John Deere round balers. There are two Bale Trak monitor types, the Bale Trak Pro and the Bale Trak Plus. Which monitor you have will depend on the configuration of the baler. If the baler is equipped with a conventional pickup feed system, it will utilize the Bale Trak Pro. If your baler is equipped with a pre-cutter pickup system, it will utilize the Bale Trak Plus. In this video, we will discuss monitor layout, how to access monitor channels, and wrap and twine settings. As always, be sure to follow all safety warnings and labels. Safety is always the top priority. If you are unfamiliar with the monitor and the machinery that this video references, be sure to read the proper manuals and procedures prior to running the equipment. It is important to note that while this video is meant for informational purposes, it is not intended to replace an operator's manual. Always consult your operator's manual for proper machine settings and adjustments. In addition to your operator's manual, the John Deere Go Bale app is now available in the App Store. This app allows you to input your baler model and configuration, then gives you necessary maintenance, settings, and operation information. The more you know about operating your baler, the more efficient your baling operation will be. Now, let's get started. For this video, we will look at the functional key layout on the Bale Trak Pro monitor. Many keys are the same between the Pro and the Plus monitor, and we will comment on those keys that are different as needed. The Bale Trak Plus will have more keys and a slightly different layout, but the similar keys between the two monitors will function the same whether it's a Pro or a Plus. Both monitors must have a clean 12 volts of power at all times. If input voltage drops below 10 volts, monitor performance will be affected. To obtain a 12 volt power source, locate your tractor's cab power outlet. Ensure that your tractor power outlet can handle the load required by this monitor. Fuse, relay, and wire size for the outlet must be adequate to handle the load. If you are unsure if your power outlet can handle the monitor load during operation, talk to your John Deere dealer about ways to solve this. Note: the Bale Trak monitor comes pre-programmed and ready to use. The following keys can be used to operate or change the settings. Starting with the keys at the top left-hand corner of the monitor, we have the on-off power button. Use this key to power on your monitor for operation. Next, we have the net twine key. This key selects what method you will use to wrap your bales. The selection will appear on the left side of the display with either a net wrap bale icon or a twine wrap bale icon. To change modes, hold the key for 3 seconds. The light on the LCD screen will change. Moving on to the next key, we have the extend and retract keys. These keys are used to actuate the twine arm actuator in either direction. To the right of the retract key is the manual wrap key. Pressing this key will command the baler to begin a wrap cycle. Once the key is pressed, an audible alarm will sound and the wrapping started symbol will appear on the screen. Above the manual wrap key is the variable core diameter key. This key is used to make the center diameter of the bale less dense than the tightly wrapped outer layers when the baler is equipped with the option. The initial setting for the variable core diameter is 36 inches, and it can be set up to 4 inches below the bale diameter setting. It cannot be set any closer to the bale diameter setting because the higher density outer layer must be formed. To the right of the variable core key we have two keys that are used to set the number of left-hand end wraps and the number of right-hand end wraps. These settings are only used if twine mode is active. Below the left-hand end wrap key is the bale diameter key. The default factory setting, the adjustment range, and the maximum bale size all depend on the model of your baler. To adjust your bale size, press and release the bale diameter key. Then press the plus or minus key to raise or lower your desired bale diameter. To the right of the bale diameter key is the end wrap distance key. This key only functions when using twine. To the right of the end wrap distance key is the bale counter key. Pressing the button once will display the resettable bale counter. Pressing the button a second time will display the total bale counter. Just above the bale counter key is the twine spacing, or the number of net wraps key. This key is used to adjust the bale twine spacing or the number of net wraps, depending on which option is being used. Then we have the plus and minus keys. The plus minus keys are used to increase or decrease values while changing settings. The minus key is also used to clear codes displayed on the monitor and to clear the resettable bale counter. On the Bale Trak Plus monitor, there are three keys that are not on the Bale Trak Pro monitor. These keys are the Engage Disengage Knives key, the Raise Lower Drop Floor key, and the Program key. These buttons will only be used on a baler with a pre-cutter pickup. To operate the knives, press the Engage Disengage Knife key on the monitor. Then, operate the corresponding SCV to engage or disengage the knives. If the knives are currently engaged, the word Cut will appear on the bottom right of the display. Note: if the knives are engaged and you are on the main screen of the display, the letter C will display in the bottom center of the screen. To raise or lower the drop floor, press the drop floor key once. Then, actuate the corresponding SCV to raise or lower the floor. The current position of the drop floor will be indicated in the bottom right-hand corner of the LCD screen. Up indicates that the floor is in the raised position, and down, or DN, indicates the floor is in the lowered position. Note: if the drop floor is in the lowered position and the operator returns to the home screen, the letter D is displayed next to the current bale diameter, indicating that the floor is lowered. If the PTO is engaged, an alarm will sound. The Program key is used to select a preset list of monitor settings for different crop types. The settings that are changed when using this button are left and right hand end wraps, twine spacing, twine end wrap distance, and number of net wraps when using net. Press and release the Program key. Then, use the plus or minus key to navigate the menu. Setting 1 is for silage, 2 is for straw, 3 is for hay crops, 4 is for pre-cut silage, and 5 is the economy setting. Moving on next to the LCD display, we will start in the upper left-hand corner again. Here, we have the gate close light. This light will illuminate when the monitor is on and the gate is closed. When it is lit, the baler is ready to run. Note: do not attempt to bale without this light illuminated, as baler damage may result. Below the gate close light is the near full alarm light. This light will illuminate, then flash and beep twice when the current bale reaches a size that is near the desired bale diameter. The next light is the wrapping started light. When the desired bale diameter is achieved, this light will illuminate with a long beep to signal that the automatic wrapping process has started. Make sure travel has stopped and maintain PTO speed during the wrap and ejection cycle. When wrapping is complete, the eject symbol will light with 4 beeps and stay on until the gate is opened. If your baler is not equipped with bale ramps, a bale push bar, or an accumulator, you must back up and then eject the bale using the hydraulic control lever for the gate lift. If the baler is equipped with a bale ramp, push bar, or an accumulator, in most conditions you will not need to back up to eject the bale or drive forward to close the gate. The top right symbol on the LCD display is the stop alarm. If the stop symbol flashes and the alarm sounds during normal operation, stop baling immediately to investigate and correct the issue. If an error code is present in the bottom right-hand corner of the display, consult the error code quick reference guide tucked into the back of the monitor in most cases, or see your operator's manual to diagnose the issue. Once the error code has been corrected, press the minus key to clear the code. The gate open light is the second light down on the right-hand side of the LCD display. This light will illuminate anytime the gate is open. The next light is the oversized bale alarm. If this symbol lights and the alarm sounds, the bale in the chamber is above the maximum allowable diameter for the machine. Continuing to operate with an oversized bale in the chamber can cause severe baler damage to rolls, belts, and the tension arm. When baling, it is very important to stop when the baler signals to stop. The fourth light down is the net wrap light. The net wrap light and the stop signal illuminate together to alert the operator that the net wrap did not feed, the knife did not cut the net, or the baler is out of net wrap. The last light on the LCD display is the low voltage symbol. This light will illuminate when the baler monitor voltage drops below the recommended amount. To verify the monitor voltage is adequate, complete the voltage check instructions that are attached to your harness. Another option that may be present on your baler is the optional slip clutch detection system. If the slip clutch slips, the controller will display slip in the bottom right hand corner of the display, along with a long beep and the stop signal. Stop baling immediately and correct the issue. During normal baler operation, the bale diameter will display in the bottom right corner of the screen. Watch the bale diameter and listen for the alarms to know when to stop harvesting. Finally, in the middle of the screen is the bell-shaped bars. Note, not all balers are equipped with electronic bell-shaped sensors. If no bell-shaped bars appear on your display, contact your dealer to check whether or not your machine is equipped with electronic bell-shaped sensors. Next, we will go through some monitor channel access and some basic settings. Remember, your monitor comes pre-programmed from the factory. However, you may need to change some channel settings depending on your wrapping decisions, operator preference, or added attachments. To access the 100 level channels, press and hold the bell counter key while turning the monitor on. Continue to hold the bell counter key and press the plus or minus key until the desired channel is displayed. Release the counter key to display the channel information. The value can now be adjusted using the plus or minus keys. To access the 200 level channels, press and hold both the counter key and the number of wraps key while turning the monitor on. As soon as the display shows channel 201, you can release the keys. Then, press and hold the bell counter key while pressing the plus or minus key until the desired channel is displayed. Release the bell counter key to display the channel information. The value can now be adjusted using the plus or minus keys. One basic but critical setting that should be verified is that you have the correct baler model loaded into the Bale Trak monitor. To check the baler model programmed into the monitor, simply turn on the monitor. The model will be displayed in the lower right hand corner during startup. To change the baler model, you must enter the 200 level channels. Channel 201 displays the baler model. Use the plus or minus keys to change the model until your model appears. Another general setting is the near full indicator set point. From the factory, your monitor will sound and display the near full alarm when the bale diameter is 4.5 inches away from the bale diameter set point. To change when this alarm sounds, enter the 100 level channels and proceed to channel 10. Use the plus or minus keys to change the set point of the near full alarm. The range is 0.5 to 10 inches. Power off the monitor to save the setting. The next operator preference setting is the bale shape display sensitivity. The default value is set to 3 to dampen bale shape sensor signals. To change this sensitivity setting, enter the 100 level channels and proceed to channel 11. From here, you can use the plus or minus key to change how responsive the display is to bale shape changes. The slowest reaction is a setting of 1, and the fastest reaction is a setting of 5. Power off the monitor to save the settings. Now, we will look at how to adjust the twine and net wrap settings in both the monitor and on the baler. Remember, your Bale Trak monitor is pre-programmed and ready to use once you receive your baler. However, there are many adjustable settings within the monitor to better suit your needs. Even though you can adjust these settings immediately, it is recommended to run your baler with the factory settings for the first 50 bales. This break-in period will increase baler life and reduce maintenance. Also, this period will help familiarize you with the monitor and the baler operation before adjustments are made. During this break-in period, a smaller and lower density bale is recommended. To begin this section, let's look at how to adjust the number of right hand or left hand end wraps. This setting controls how long the twine arm pauses at each end of the bale when it is applying end wraps. This value can be adjusted by pressing either the left hand or right hand end wrap key, then using the plus or minus keys to adjust the number of end wraps. The initial setting from the factory for both left hand and right hand end wraps is 2. The number of left hand end wraps can be adjusted from 0 to 5, and the number of right hand end wraps can be adjusted from 0.5 to 5. Note: the bale has twice the number of left hand end wraps as indicated on the monitor controller setting. Also, the number you enter as a setting is a relative number and not the actual number of wraps. Check the bale after ejection to determine if the end wrap setting should be raised or lowered accordingly. To adjust the end wrap distance, press the end wrap distance key. To the left of the numerical adjustment value is a series of horizontal dashed lines and then one vertical line. If the vertical line is on the right, you are adjusting the right hand end wrap distance. If the vertical line is on the left, you are adjusting the left hand end wrap distance. To toggle between the two sides, press and release the end wrap distance key again. End wrap distance limits the twine arm travel to the end of the bale. End wrap distance is controlled by this monitor setting and the mechanical setting. The mechanical twine guides are adjustable from 4 to 8 inches and are located on either side of the baler. To adjust, loosen the knob and adjust it in to increase the distance, or outward to decrease the distance. It is important to note that the 4x4 and 4x5 balers are only equipped with a left-hand twine guide. The initial setting for end wrap distance is 4 inches and can be adjusted from 3 to 10 inches. Actual end wrap position can be affected by crop type and the shape of the bale. To ensure that the mechanical setting controls twine placement, the monitor setting must be 1 inch lower than the mechanical guide setting. Next, we will adjust the twine spacing in the monitor. To adjust the twine spacing, press and release the twine spacing key. Then, use the plus or minus key. Also, you will need to adjust the mechanical twine guide setting as well to achieve the proper spacing. The mechanical adjustment for twine spacing can be found on the front of the baler, above the pickup on the twine arm. The mechanical setting for twine spacing can be changed by moving the spring pin between the holes on the twine arm. Mechanical twine arm spacing values are 2, 4, 6, or 8 inches. For balers with the slip clutch alert system, it is important to note that your machine has the ability to maintain a set twine spacing and net wrap value, regardless of PTO speed. This feature is called speed compensation. For balers utilizing twine, the factory setting for twine spacing is 4 inches and can be adjusted from 1 to 10 inches. When operating at rated PTO speed, or if your baler is equipped with speed compensation, the twine spacing setting in the monitor controller must be the same as the mechanical twine arm spacing setting to obtain uniform twine spacing. When the baler is operating at less than rated PTO speed, without speed compensation, set the twine arm spacing in the monitor to a value less than the mechanical twine arm spacing setting. To ensure that the correct setting is achieved, refer to your operator's manual for a table of settings to use when operating at different PTO speeds. Then, check the twine spacing on the bale and adjust as necessary to get the desired twine spacing. Next, we will look at how to adjust the number of net wraps in the monitor. To adjust the number of net wraps, press and release the number of net wraps key. Then, use the plus or minus keys to increase or decrease the number of wraps. The initial setting is set to 2 wraps and can be adjusted from 1.5 to 10 wraps. Note, balers equipped with a pre-cutter pickup must add at least 1 additional layer of net wrap when baling. Also, we do not recommend running less than 2 wraps per bale. Refer to your operator's manual for net wrap settings when running at less than rated PTO speed without speed compensation. Finally, we will talk about B-wrap settings. B-wrap provides an alternative to indoor storage and is effective at protecting the bale from rain, snow, and ground moisture. B-wrap is different than regular cover edge or edge-to-edge net wrap, so it requires some additional setup. You can refer to the quick reference guide for B-wrap included with your monitor or your operator's manual for additional help. The first step to enable B-wrap is to turn it on channel 203. Press and hold the bell counter key and the number of wraps key and then turn the monitor on. Release the keys when channel 201 is displayed. Then, press and hold the bell counter key and press the plus key until channel 203 is displayed. Release the counter key to display the channel setting, using the plus key to change the value from 1 to B1. Once that is complete, power off the monitor to save the setting. Power the monitor back on while holding the bell counter key to enter the 100 level channels. Press the counter key and use the plus key to navigate to the desired channel. Once here, you will need to verify B-wrap settings on channel 34, 35, and 37. Power your monitor off when you are finished to save your settings. These channels control your net tail length or cutoff position, B-wrap seam orientation, and B-wrap metal strip detection. The default values for these settings will depend on what model of baler you have. Refer to your operator's manual for proper settings for each of these channels. Power the monitor back on and verify that a lowercase b is in the bottom center of the screen. This indicates that the baler is in B-wrap mode. Then, set the bale diameter to the desired bale size. Note that when you're using B-wrap, bale diameter must be within the guidelines for the B-wrap material. Unlike net wrap, you cannot choose how many wraps you want with B-wrap. B-wrap is a predetermined amount of net including the B-wrap material. Consult your operator's manual or product guides for proper wrapping settings. Lastly, for the B-wrap system to work properly, the bale push bar must be disengaged on the baler. This will help control seam position once the bale is on the ground. Refer to your manual for instructions on how to disengage the push bar. Well, there you have it, an overview of the Bale Trak monitor system. If you use the information in this video, the operator's manual, and the quick reference guides to help you understand your baler, we are confident that you will be able to operate your machine knowledgeably and efficiently. This will lead to years of exceptional baling with your John Deere baler. If you have any additional questions that are not covered in this video or your manuals, contact your John Deere dealer for assistance. From all of us here at John Deere Hay and Forage Product Support, we hope you have a great baling season that is trouble-free. Thank you for choosing John Deere balers.